Good morning. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's going to be nice. We've got a few days of really nice here. Well, tomorrow might be cloudy and windy, but it's not going to rain. Spraying. That's the name of the game today. Keep the sprayer moving. Phil is taking water and chemicals to Berkey so we can spray down there. Dad's got 4 loads or so to spray here first. We also need to check the fields at Berkey and see if it's dry enough to finish planting the beans. So I'm going to take the pickup down and pick up Phil, and we're going to check fields and see. And if he can plant beans, he's going to plant beans. If he can't, we'll come back. But we can do some tillage up here. I'm sure of that. So we're going to do that this afternoon. I've got 1 load of seed that I need to get delivered this afternoon or late morning or whenever it is we get to it. It's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a busy week. Heading to Berkey now, so did want to tell you guys that I am sorry I have not gotten to this live stream that I've been talking about doing for 2 weeks now on emergent stuff. I really want to do it. It rained on Saturday morning. We had not much, less than a tenth, but enough to make it too sticky to walk out in the fields most of the day. And yesterday was Mother's Day, and I was not gonna go out and do a live stream, stand in the middle of the field in the middle of Mother's Day. So that didn't happen. But hopefully I'll get a chance this week. If nothing else, we'll be in a planter. Maybe we can just do a regular live stream and not an agronomy one. But most of our early crops are coming, and they all look pretty good. We need to go and do some more evaluation on some of this later planted corn that I was just poking through, and keep looking at the beans. Honestly, I was hoping to get a little bit more rain than we did over the weekend to soften the ground up and get those out of the ground a little bit better. But you take what you get and go from there. So what we can get done today. Well, there's our farm, and there's somebody planting. So that's a pretty good indicator that, yeah, it's probably dry. That field was recently worked, like just now this morning. There's another guy over there working. So we're gonna go check our fields, but I have a feeling we're gonna be planting here in a few minutes. All right, well, everything is super busy, and we're trying to be super patient at the same time. It's really difficult. So let's see, last I left off, I was pulling into the farm at Berkey, and then Phil and I went and checked the field, and I didn't film any of it because I was busy. It's okay, it's good. It's not great, it's good. And so Phil is gonna go and plant that. So I brought him back here to get a pickup because he needs a pickup to move the seed tender around, and we like to leave a pickup down there anyway. So he's on his way back now and gonna go finish planting. He's got about 80 acres of beans to plant there, and then gonna bring the planter back here. I am gonna jump in the field cultivator, and we're gonna go work this field right here, because that is where my corn plot is going tomorrow. We're gonna plant that tomorrow. So we got to get it all ready to go and work down. That's what we're doing right now. And then after that, we're gonna go look around at some of the corn stalks that we still have to work yet. Our disc is sitting over at a field where Brock got rained out over 2 weeks ago now, and they got more rain there on Saturday. So I think it's probably too wet to work there, which means there's a pretty good chance that we're going to pull the disc home and go somewhere else. But I want to make sure somewhere else is dry before we do that. Oil's good. This field is right across the road from, or the lane from this field that was the first planted corn. And can you see it? Yeah, you can. Oh, it looks beautiful. It's great. We'll go do some scouting this afternoon, assuming we have time, which I'm pretty sure we will. We have great weather this week up until Friday, it's saying now. It was Thursday, but they pushed the rain off till Friday and Saturday of this week. It'll change, but that's the current forecast. So we've got 4 days to kind of wrap stuff up, and I've only got 160 acres of corn to plant, so I don't have to push it. We can wait for these fields to be ready. Why is we squeaking? And then hopefully Phil can get a bunch of beans done. The problem with the beans is, again, they're wet fields that we just need to give them as much time to dry as possible. I think we're down to somewhere in the ballpark of 500 acres of beans to plant. Phil gets the 80 down to Berkey done here this morning, and it'll be closer to 400 up here. It should only take 2 or 3 days. We should be able to finish them up. Dad has finished spraying corn. He had one field that he had already sprayed the Acuron on, decided that he should have added Roundup, so he went back to spray it with Roundup because there was some volunteer wheat from last year coming. So he has cleaned the sprayer out again and is back to spraying wheat, so he's going to spray this field right now. We are putting on some fungicide for leaf diseases because our flag leaf is out, that really important leaf that creates most of the yield for wheat and absorbs most of the sunlight is out, and we need to protect it. So that's what Dad is doing. Nope, not that button. Turning our, come on. Turning our auto steer on. And away we go. Field cultivator. It's been a little while since I have run, have I run the field cultivator at all this spring? Yeah, I think I did a field or two. Not much. I have not done much. There we go. Oh yeah. See spots like that? That's because we started to get a little heat in the last week here, and the weeds are starting to grow. So nice thing about the field cultivator here is it will take those out. We run, so our shovels are all on 6-inch spacings, and we run 9-inch shovels on the front, and I've been running some 7s on the back, but basically there's overlap, so there's nowhere for weeds to get through here without getting ripped out by the shovels. So this does a pretty good job of taking that out, making a nice smooth seed bed. It looks really nice. I'm pretty happy with this. We've dried out considerably. You can't see anything. Look at the dust. We've dried out considerably since we planted last week. It's definitely going to be better ground conditions than what we planted into on was that Thursday, Friday last week, maybe Thursday, whatever day it was. It is really awesome to be able to sit here and look out there and see that corn growing. Oh, it's beautiful. That's fantastic. All right, we are just finishing up the ends of this field, and we are going to be done with this field cultivator. So we're going to go park it and unhook it. This was it. We have one more field to field cultivate, but it's kind of a small field, pain in the butt to get in with this bigger equipment, and so we're going to hook the small field cultivator up to the 8430 to go and do that one. All right, we are parking this here. Our tillage equipment, notably and understandably, and I get it, but we kind of neglect it just a little bit. I mean, we will go through everything, but it doesn't get power washed and cleaned up, and it sits outside because we can't store this stuff inside. We just don't have enough barn space. However, this train right here, the field cultivator and the packer, are on my list of things to go through extensively before next spring, or before we need them again. And just rebuild them and do anything we need to do. I know on the packer we need to push all of the packer wheels together, see if we can squeeze another one on the axles, make sure they're all nice and tight. I want to go through the field cultivator here and see. Most of these aren't too bad, but if there's much side-to-side play in them, there's some bushings somewhere, I think. Maybe these don't have bushings, or maybe they're in here. We did the other field cultivator a couple years ago, but those are a different style of shank. So just want to go through everything, chains on the drags, wheel bearings, all that kind of stuff, and make sure that it's good to go before next year. So that's on the list. Hey Brock, when you come to work next time, I got a tractor for you to wash. I mean, realistically, we are done with this tractor until after wheat harvest, theoretically. There is a possibility, or the potential, of putting it on the disc to finish discing, especially if we unhook the 8430 to hook that other field cultivator up. So maybe we're not done with it yet, but it doesn't have much to do. We're going to put it inside, I think. It is lunchtime, so I'm going to go grab some lunch, and then we're going to go drive around and look at some fields and see what things look like, whether we can do any disking. If the other field that we got to field cultivate, it's 5 miles west of here. If that one's ready to go, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, the last field to run a field cultivator through to plant corn. Everything else is already worked up. You can see it's turning quite green out here. I believe this stuff is all pennycress. Curl dock, maybe? I'm not sure on that stuff. We got some grass, dandelions. Field cultivator should take most all of it out. So this feels really dry here and hard. Let's stick a shovel in the ground and see what it looks like underneath. The shovel makes it feel a little gooier. So the top here is not too bad. It's this chunk that I'm a little concerned about. It's not quite there. Not quite. You can see we got some earthworms. Okay, that tells me what I need to know here. So, like I said, we've got a good stretch of weather this week, so we can be patient here. There's only 30 acres. There's a fence row that kind of cuts in the middle, and there's two little 1.5 acre pieces, triangle-shaped pieces down here. That's why we use the little equipment here. So I think we'll wait until, like, Wednesday to come down here, because I don't need to push it. Stop back to the seed warehouse here, because I got somebody coming to pick up some stuff. I just pulled in. I thought I'd look at my plot. Oh, this makes me feel better. They're coming. I wish I could grow beans better. I wish I could see them better, but they're coming. These actually make me feel really good. Still got more to come, but they're coming through. We'll be okay here. Yep, it's all good. It's all good. All right, we're gonna go get this person what they want and go check another field or two. So I'm working on loading some seed up, right? Yesterday I came out in the seed warehouse and noticed that some stuff was strewn about. Like I thought my kids had kicked a soccer ball around and screwed some stuff up. And then I noticed that. And there's a bag of seed over there that kind of got ripped open. And I thought, oh crap, we got a coon in here. I don't know if it's a coon, but I found it and it's about to die. That one, he's not okay. He's not gonna be okay. So I know I'm a farmer and I'm supposed to be all outdoorsy and hunty and, you know, all the like, guys, I don't want to get that. Like I'm a wuss, okay? Like I don't want to get it. Brock, will you come get that out of here for me? I gotta do this. I'm gonna go get the long shovel. Just carry it out, throw it in the field. How did it get in here? Why is it in here? Not cool. Not cool. This is why I should have a dog. We don't have a dog anymore, but the dog would pick it up and carry it out, do something with it. Wouldn't be my problem anymore. Although this thing probably, it was pretty sick. Like I may have finished him off, but he was pretty sick. He probably got into a bunch of the mouse poison that I have laying around. I don't think the treated beans would do it, so. I thought it was a coon from when I saw the damage, but I couldn't find anything. And I couldn't find any, I mean, a coon would have crapped everywhere. I couldn't find anything. So I thought, it came and went. Until today, it's just laying in the floor, dying. I got it. Blood all over my floor. Let's go check some more fields. Get out of here. Here is one of the fields that we need to plant to corn yet. It's all worked up and ready to go. This one's got a big muck pocket right here in the front. You can kind of see. Problem is the places we really need to check on this field are clear in the back, and I don't feel like walking all the way back there. Should have brought the gator, but that's all right. So we'll see what this looks like, although I'm pretty sure it would be fine here. Yeah. Just breaks apart when you drop it. Okay. Well, we'll see. Really, we're here to check the field across the road. Well, this looks pretty good to me. Yeah. We could disc here. But we got some other places we need to check. We need to go that way. We moved from over there to over here. There's a wet spot in these ends that we're going to check, although I fully expect it to be wet and we don't wait on the last little tiny bits in 5% of the field. So I'm not going to say we aren't going to come here just because one little spot here might be a little too wet. It's dry on top, chunky, needs disc. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, it's not perfect, but I expected much gooier than that. Okay, we need to go get our disc, potentially. Let's walk out here on higher ground a little bit. Not gooey. This may be, but that's deep. That's really deep. It's not gooey, it's just, it's a little wetter. I think we could run this. Okay. I've got to make a plan. We need to go check the fields where the disc sits, because if we can do those, we should start there. If we can't do those, we should come here. This is some of our early planted corn. I believe like the 18th, 19th, 20, somewhere in there. It's the second planting window. Oh, it's, yeah, there you go. We're doing the 20-mile-an-hour drive-by, but it looks good from here. So someday we'll go out and do some stand counts. Right in here is going to be one of our NCGA entries. 12S75, 112-day corn there. Looks really good from here. This one here is also going to corn and ready to plant. You have now seen all of the cornfields that we have left to plant today. This one was much wetter when we drove past it last week one day when Brock and I were checking fields. There's a wet spot right here behind this electric pole that I can already tell is a little damp. But this is probably the wettest farm that we have, just in general. It's it needs tile badly. Yep, definitely wet there. And it's very rolling compared to most of our stuff. And I get it that this is not hills compared to some of you. I understand, but it's still a hill. Water still runs to the low spots. And it dries in the hills, the high spots, and it stays wet in the low spots. So you can kind of see we're walking up over the crest of one here, and then it drops off down there. We have actually tiled that one. There's a little bit of tile in there, and that one's not so bad. I remember one time when I was in high school and we were first farming this, we were shelling corn out here in December, right before Christmas, and I had just come from basketball practice, and we were over here running an old grain cart, pulling it with our 4955, and we were trying to climb up this hill, and I couldn't make it because it was too wet. Got stuck. Dad, in the bottom of that dip, was looking down at the ground like, why is it? We had gotten just a little bit of snow, and Dustin, he's like, why is the ground so smooth? Well, it was because the snow was resting on a layer of ice that was on top of the foot of water we were driving through. It's wet. We fixed that one a little bit. That one over there, though, she's holding a little water. We're going to plant this one this week, too. I think it's just going to be Wednesday. We're just going to give it as much time as possible to finish drying out. It's not bad up here. You know, there's the majority of this, just a touch. It's not bad. I would plant that if that was the worst of it. That's not the worst of it. So we're going to give it some time here yet. But we'll get over here before it rains again on Friday. And we'll plan on doing this on Wednesday, probably. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. We'll just see how things go. The one thing that would be nice to do is plant out the rest of the seed that's in the planter. I don't know exactly how much I've got in there to plant yet. I'd have to go back and see how much I planted out of that box. Let's see. We did 65 acres and 20, I believe. About 85. Should be enough to plant maybe 35 acres in the planter yet. It would be nice to get that out and to be empty when we're doing the plots tomorrow. So that one, we don't have any extra weight, and two, might need a golf ball. We'll give it back to him. So we don't have any extra weight, and so that if I want to put something in those tanks to finish that field that's different than the variety that I get in there, we can do that, which I kind of would like to do. So the last field that we looked at that was corn, no, not the bean field, but the one with the muck pocket. It's about 35 acres. Maybe we'll plant that tonight, and then we can get our planter empty, or at least real close. Okay, here's the corn stalks that we needed to come and check. Actually, they don't look too bad. The top 2-3 inches here is good, crusty, hard, gonna work up really nice. The stuff just under that, I mean, it's not dry, but it breaks apart. It doesn't just form a mud ball. So I'm sure down there, the spot that we farm around every year is still wet. It's the 15th of May. How long are we gonna wait? I think we're gonna go get the tractor. So there's another field just a mile down the road here where the tractor's sitting. That's part of this whole farm. There's like 90 acres total, and we're 10 miles from the farm. So I'd rather do these than drive back and have to come back again. So I think I'm gonna go down to the other one. We'll take a look around and jump in the tractor, see if we can't knock it out and get the tractor back, and then Phil can come plant this maybe tomorrow. We're gonna give it a shot here, see what happens. I don't think it's too bad. This farm over here, this side of the lane in the house is a little heavier ground, but the other side's pretty sandy, so I think we'll be okay. Well, we have certainly got dust. I don't know. I'm gonna make a couple rounds. We're probably gonna finish this field, but it looks, we're gonna get out and look. Maybe a touch wet yet. Maybe we should wait until tomorrow. I don't know. Well, I finished that field over there on the other side of the house, and now I'm over here, and this sand ridge right here that I thought for sure would be fine and dry, and it is not. I think we're gonna pull out of here. That's a bummer. Like, not just needs till tomorrow, it needs till Wednesday. Dang, what are we gonna do here? I'm gonna make some decisions. It's sand. Sand doesn't pack like clay, so it's not the end of the world, but still gotta be able to get through it, right? That right there is an unacceptable job, so shoot. But now this pass here is gonna be perfectly fine. That's why this is frustrating. You can see it here, the ground is wet on top. Well, maybe you can't, but I can. All right, let's get out of here. Do I leave the tractor here, or do we take it back and go work somewhere else? Just give everything another day. Maybe we'll go plant that 35 acres and get ready for tomorrow. Most of this that we just did looks pretty good. I'm happy with that, but it was definitely way wetter on the other side, which I did not expect. Oh well, we've got a little time. We've got a couple days yet. We'll be fine. Let's go get the gator and look at the rest of that field and see if we can plant that corn in it. There are other guys out working. It's not just us. In our immediate area, I would estimate the planting progress to be 20-25% done. 25% or less, probably. I would wager to guess that by the end of the week, it'll be close to 80%. We're going to make that much progress this week. Everybody's just going to get everything done. We'll see. Well, we're on our way over there to look at that cornfield, but this is the field that we planted on Friday. I think it was Friday. Thought I'd see how the corn looks. I don't expect to see it coming up out of the ground yet, but I bet it sprouted pretty good. If I can find one, there it was. Come on. Did I break it? Yeah, I broke it. Oh well. Well, here's our wet spot. And the fact that I'm standing in it and it's dry on top and I'm digging in the wet spot means, this is probably dry enough. Yeah, I mean, this is not great down there. The rest of it's fine. There's another wet spot over there. We'll see. If there's no water in that one that we farmed around for the last 10 years or more, we're definitely good. Yeah, okay, so there's some water in that one still. So what? Like I said, we haven't farmed through that in years. Now that's not usually there. That's concerning. What is this all about? There's There's got to be a blown tile or a broken down tile in here that's bleeding water out. So is that going to dry up? Do I worry about that? Do we plant it because everything but that is okay? I think we do, mostly because I want to get the planter empty before tomorrow morning, so we're gonna go load it up. So this field that we're going to is one of those difficult to spray fields because of that muck hole in the front. So it's one where I had planned on using this Xyway, and so we're gonna try and mix this in. But let me tell you, this stuff is nasty, thick crap, and it is very hard, even here, to get it mixed in properly. I know, I should put my gloves on. Yeah, I hear you. Like the top stuff will pour just fine. But I bet there's a layer of sludge in the bottom of this tank, or jug, that isn't going to want to come out of here. And I've been shaking for 5 minutes. Oh. What am I supposed to do with that? Come on. That's awful. We'll rinse it out. I'll get my hose here. Alright, I got it rinsed out. It foamed up bad too, so I need a little more fertilizer. I shut it off so I can get that in there so we can suck it in. Hopefully pumping it through and it'll agitate a little bit better so it'll at least mix, but I don't like this stuff. The advantage of not having to spray later is nice, but it's a lot cheaper for me to run the sprayer across this another time with a generic Quadris than it is to put that Xyway in, so I'm probably not going to use any more after this year. We are all loaded up. I decided to throw some bags on because I don't want to run short. This is the same variety or same hybrid that's in the boxes now as in these bags, so we'll just throw in what we need at the end. And we're off. This won't take real long. 36 acres is what's in this field, so and they're nice long half-mile rows. It's a long skinny 40 with a house lot out of it, a little bit of woods on the back, so we'll cruise right through here and get ready for tomorrow's plot. There's a turkey right there. See him? Well, we're planting okay, but my fertilizer and my 2x2 pressure just dropped, so I think my filter's plugged up. Yeah, just tapped all that stuff out of there. I carried some jugs with some water in it since I don't have my water tank mounted on here anywhere. And, well, that one's empty, so we got it cleaned up enough we should be able to finish. We'll clean it out good at the farm. Let's see how this pass where we dive down through the muck goes here. It's dusty, so you can't really see much. Sometimes, if this dirt is too fluffy and loose, it actually will start pushing in front of the planter openers. I think because this has been rained on since we worked it, we won't have that problem. Definitely can feel it though, pulling harder. Yeah, it's going alright. It's not really flowing. Maybe my road cleaners help keep the trash out of the way and stuff moving, pushing some loose dirt out too. So just like that, we're climbing up out of it. One last pass here, and I had to add 3 of those 4 bags of seed that I brought. One tank was empty, the other one had a little bit in it, so I put 2 in the one and 1 in the other, and I thought it said both bins were low, so we'll see if we make it or not. But we've got 1 more we can add. We'll have enough seeds, just a matter of, yeah, seed bin 1 is almost empty. We should make it. We made it. The last few feet, I had a couple of rows run out, 23 and 24, maybe 100 foot, not a big deal. I think there's a little piece I'm going to patch in by the house there, like a half a planter pass, but we'll use rows 1 through 12 on that, so we should have seed in there. Fold up and get out of here, and then I've got So I've got that seed to deliver. I don't know, did I tell you? I tried calling. There's actually two different customers. They're on their way to each other, so I was going to take them both at the same time. And the one guy I can't get to answer the phone. I don't know what the deal is. I've stopped over there to see if I can bring his stuff. He's not around. Anyway, the other guy wants his stuff, so I'm going to go take it to him. So we're going to plant the plot tomorrow, which means we're going to drop the rear tank. I could pump that stuff into there. I'll probably just leave it because the next field that we go to, both of the two remaining fields, we might try and use Xyway, and there's Xyway in that tank. And I don't really want that complicating my plot. So we'll use the tank on the planter for our 2x2x2, and it'll make things a little bit easier to do it that way. So I got to go deliver this seed. When I get back, I'm probably not going to mess with this tonight because it'll just take a little while in the morning and we'll get it going. Yeah, we'll be fine. Box and pallet with a few bags on it. That's all we're taking out. The cleanup crew has arrived. We are driving past our irrigated field up here that we planted 30-inch row beans, and they're beautiful. They look really good. Yeah. All right. Well, we got that seed delivered. Rylan went with me, and I think it's done for the night. We're done for the night. So thanks for watching. Tomorrow we're gonna plant the corn plot right there. That's the primary objective for tomorrow. Dad's spraying tonight, but I don't think he'll be able to spray tomorrow. It's supposed to be sort of windy, so I'm hoping he can do some tillage, keep that disc moving. We may have to pull out of where we were and go to a different spot. I don't know. Phil just made it back with the bean planter from Berkey, so that is good. He's got that done. So yeah, we're down to what, 130 acres of corn, about 130, and maybe 400 acres of beans or a touch more. So we're getting close. We're just kind of waiting on that last little bit of stuff to dry out. It should dry a lot tomorrow, being sunny and windy. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Questions and comments, leave them down below, and we will see you again in the morning.